Welcome back to Ask the Attorney. Again, I'm Amy Rao Mohan here with Kevin Kennedy from the Kennedy Law Firm in Clarksville. Lots of calls today on all different types of legal issues.
Yes, we love it too. We always love to share.
Yeah, and keep calling that number 737 plus 737 7587, and Kevin will be here to answer your questions. And again, any type of law, civil, criminal. We've gotten some questions about wills and estates and bankruptcy and real estate, everything.
It's been good.
All right, let's take a call here from Barbara. Hi, Barbara.
Yes.
How can we help you?
Yes, I've got a question. I bought a '06 Ford Escape from a buy here, pay here lot.
Yes.
I had trouble with it from the time that I bought it, and they never mentioned anything that, was wrong with it. They just said, oh, it's a good vehicle, but in the middle of the night, I was having to get up. The alarm was going off on it. It kept going on, having a lot of problems with it. So I finally told them, I said, look, y'all going to have to do something about the vehicle. They said, well, we will help you pay, get it fixed, get the vehicle fixed. I would pay half of what it would cost, and they would pay the other half, but charge it back to my account. I said, no, I don't believe that's how it's going to be. So my payments was always paid up to date, never late, always ahead. So I'm like, I carried it to a mechanic, and he said that the computer was going out of it. So I carried the vehicle back to the lot and voluntarily give the vehicle back to them. But now they have sent me a form called a 1099-C. Why would I be getting that?
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting. And, the one word I like to come back is that old Latin, let the buyer beware. Yeah. So, they always talk about car salesmen and car dealers, smooth talkers, and then we get, some people say hoodooed.
Now, weren't you a car salesman before law school?
I was a really good car salesman.
But you didn't hoodoo anyone.
For years, and then, I've been in the horse business, and I remember I interviewed with a church one time, and they said, oh, brother, a car salesman, and then a horse trader, and then they said, well, what are you studying to be? And I said, a lawyer. Oh, my goodness. Back to your question. The truth is, I think they're trying to say that you benefited financially out of your arrangement with them, and they have sent you a 1099 to show they have taken a loss and you have benefited a gain. One more, I'll drop this in. A lot of people say, okay, well, I filed bankruptcy on all these things. I owed a bunch of money and it's wiped out. Sometimes those companies will send a 1099, and so, yes, you thought you got away clean, but they're going to make you pay money, taxes on things that were forgiven. And I was involved in one once where, the person had given $100,000 to another person. Let's just get away. You go your way and I go mine. And the people that got the 100, they said, well, that's not enough. We want more. And it was a smooth lawyer. He said, well, my client's going to send you a 1099 if this is not the end of it. So what he really meant was, I'm going to take this off my business expense, and you're going to have to pay tax on the $100,000 you received. So that's what they're trying to do. What would be good? You can always talk to an accountant, and I like to talk to people. I like to hear what their opinions are. If I don't like what they say, I like to get another one. I like to move when I have two opinions the same way. But thank you for that question.
All right, we've got Yolanda here. Hi, Yolanda. Yolanda, are you with us? See, we may have missed Yolanda there, and so we'll wait to get a few more calls here. Again, that number is 615-737-737-7587. And Kevin, you've been practicing now more than 30 years, right?
Really, this is my 34th year in the practice of law. It puts a person in retrospect. You look back and you say, well, what about this? So the question is, does experience make a difference? Yes. We learn something new all the time. Why is that? Because they change the law all the time. And they say, well, there's a new law out. Well,
and every case is a little different.
Every case is a little different. That's where your lawyers can be so creative.
Is there a certain type of case that's your favorite?
I really love solving problems. I love helping people. It's a gift. And so, I heard Vince Lombardi say one time, take your skill, learn the best you can, and give it away for the rest of your life. And I heard that statement, and I really understand it. I catch myself giving advice all the time. As I told you, I teach Sunday school, and I'm giving advice. And why do you want to do that? I'm all the time preaching to my kids. You know, both my sons are doctors, and I'm trying to protect them all the time. Many times when we're at Christmas or we're out at a dinner, I say, well, let me tell you about this situation, because we are all the time shocked at the law office of these bizarre events that you would have never dreamed happened. So I was on a board, one of the biggest boards. It was an international board, and I was their lawyer, and they had about 70 board of directors, and the head man was great. And when I watched him, they were multimillionaires, and he said, expect the unexpected. So what does that mean? We're all the time on guard. We're all the time expecting. Do we have a strategy in place that we can address that? And that's when you're really making a difference for your company, for your boss, for your family, for the school that we're a part of. And I love that. And you know, Amy, I'll say again, you are one of the most brightest young lawyers I have ever been associated with.
Well,
So
thank you, Kevin.
touche to you. She's brilliant.
All right, again, that number 737 plus 737 7587. I think we've got Yolanda back here.
Okay.
Hi, Yolanda.
Hi.
Okay, how can we help you, Yolanda?
Well, a situation that I had is that I was rear-ended, sitting still at a red light, and it knocked me out for a moment.
Wow.
I was taken to, I went to the emergency room, and it cut my leg, everything. I mean, but my back popped.
Yes, I know exactly what you're saying. Go ahead.
I went to the emergency room, and they told me I had a post-concussion. This was in September, the last day in September 2017. And then I go to work. So I try to get up. I had a terrible headache that night and the next morning, and I took something. I went to work, and I got the feeling bad there, the light sensitivity. Anyway, I go to the emergency room, and they tell me to go home and blah, 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 and take it easy. So the insurance agency that the man that hit me,
Yes, ma'am.
Travelers said that they would take care of everything.
Hold it right there. That drives me crazy when I hear that, because I hear it every day. And so, you know, what begs for me right off the bat, and I apologize for it, but it really infuriates me to hear on how these insurance companies say, don't worry, we're going to take care of everything. And that's not the truth. Go right ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I had insurance with my business, I mean the company I work for. And so Travelers, the adjuster, they fixed the car. It was $3,000 for the car. They fixed it, and at that time my husband was real sick. I was having a hard time with my back, but I went to school every day because I was worried about if I used my sick days, that would cost me money if my family needed
Here's
them.
the question I want to ask. Have you settled the case?
No.
Okay, well, you really shouldn't discuss.
Hey.
Let me say this. You really shouldn't discuss any more on the case. You should talk to your lawyer privately because, you know, even though we're doing all this, somebody will take your words and use them against you. And you say, well, I was really trying to ask a question, but I'm trying to protect you even now, right now, even though we really don't have this attorney-client privilege. I'm telling you tomorrow, call a lawyer. I would do this for my daughter, for my sister, for Amy. And would you do it for yourself, Kevin? Absolutely. And get someone to assist me. I really have a hard time because we hear it day in and day out, the insurance adjusters represent, and obviously there's a problem or it would have been handled.
Yeah,
Please
good
try to
idea
call
not
a
to
lawyer
do that
tomorrow.
here.
And I'm trying to protect you. You know, many times if there's an accident, people want to talk. Many times if there's a crime, you know, these people, investigators, are skilled at getting you to say something. Maybe it's not really what you meant. but they can, and almost every insurance company we talk to today, that recorder's going to come on and say, your phone call will be monitored, may be monitored
for quality assurance.
Quality assurance. Have we heard it 1,000? Hello, come in. All the bells go off, and how can I protect you if you just go and throw it all away?
Yeah. All right, well, good advice there and more to come. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back right after this.